This video was brought to you by Stormberg, ABRP Planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and Marcus Bil. Yo, what's up? Yeah, we are now back in the ASMR style driving impression. We are now sitting in a Mercedes EQA 350 4Matic. This is the all-wheel drive version of the EQA. It's the poor man's Mercedes. Yeah, I'll come back to the price, by the way. But yes, so I tried the EQA, the front-wheel drive, the 250 earlier, well, last year actually. But this time it's the all-wheel drive version. And one problem with the previous one was that it was noisy. But it seems like they have fixed this. It's like a different version of it, which is a little bit unlike Mercedes, because my impression after testing Mercedes over the few years, EQC, for example, is that once Mercedes makes something, then it doesn't change for the next 2-3 years. They might do minor upgrading, for example, onboard charger. Initially, the EQC that came out had only 7.4 kilowatt, 32 amp single phase onboard charger, but then they upgraded it to 11 kilowatt, 3-phase, 16 amp. So that's a big upgrade. Other than that, when I tried the EQA, when I tried the EQC almost 3 years ago, I tested it, and then I tried it recently a couple of months ago, and it was like no change. They haven't changed anything. So the software was still buggy, or the features were kind of weird. Charging curve was still the same. The car was of course nice and quiet, and the sound system was awesome, but they haven't changed anything. So that was a big surprise when I came here, and like, oh, seems like it's more quiet now. Okay, that's good. The one problem with the EQA that bothered me. But okay, this video should be about the whole car as a whole, right? So what I can say is that it feels a bit, how do I put this? It wags, you know. It's like the opposite of Model Y, because Model Y has been said to be very sporty. You feel like in the Model Y you don't feel like you're driving an SUV or crossover, but in the EQA you feel like you are driving an SUV crossover, because it tends to wag a bit left and right if you do this, you know. Yeah. But okay, let me try the auto steer system. It is remarkably good. We are now just, you know, in auto steer, and also try the safety feature in case you don't touch the steering wheel. It just tops it, because it does the right thing, which is to keep auto steer active while slowing down, and then put on the hazard light. And yeah, so but there's one thing you want to disable, and one annoying thing, which is that you have to go into the car menu here, and I don't know what the heck this is called, but there's some kind of lane departure. What is this? Active lane keeping assist. Okay, you disable that shit.
Caution, traffic event ahead.
Achtung, Unfall ahead. Oh, scheiße. I should have. Okay, but the auto steer is still active, so that's the one you want to have. The auto steer is the one steering. The other shit there, I'm gonna try to see if I can provoke it. Oh, of course I can't yeah. Every time I want to demonstrate something, it doesn't. Yeah, of course. But okay, I'm gonna explain. The whole lane thing is, if you go a little bit too close to one of the sides here, it will brake, which is annoying and could potentially be dangerous, because when I'm slippery road and I go a little bit too close to one of the the middle here, it just suddenly brakes, because it detects that you're about to lose control or change lane. So you want to disable that shit. I heard from other people who also has experience with Mercedes that they also disable that shit. But you have to do it every time. And can someone please tell me, how the heck do I disable the vitality program? Because randomly after 10, 20 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, it will pop up here, start vitality program. And I haven't found out where the heck you disable that shit. So anyway, okay, enough about that ranting. So wait, can we do a flip mode here? I want to go back. So yeah, this will be like a overall review of this. But it's quick. This car is quick. You see? So it has around 300 horsepower, but when I did the acceleration test, it feels faster than many other cars. There we have an iX3, by the way. This could be a direct competitor to the iX3 price-wise, but the iX3 is bigger. So I'm just gonna drive like a typical Norwegian and drive. Okay, no, I will get over here and get behind the BMW. You know how the hierarchy is, right? Which Deutsche Auto is above each other? BMW, is it above Mercedes? Or is Mercedes above BMW? Wait, what about Audi? Some people say, no, Audi is above those guys. And then Porsche is like, Porsche, yeah, I'm just kidding. Porsche is like, no. Porsche is above all the other Deutsche Autos again. Yeah, all right. Let's not have that discussion. Okay, but how is this car to drive? Well, you guys hear the clicks and ticks and it's comfortable, but I still feel like the suspension is a bit harsh. I'm not sure how to describe it. It just feels a bit harsh. Like I feel like the suspension in the iX3 is nicer, and I keep mentioning iX3 because that's another German auto that just happened to also have a similar price as this one. But okay, so let me just get in the lane here. Well, I'm driving kind of slow. Actually, those guys are doing, what the heck is this freaking Leaf and a Zoe here? You see, EVs, they drive so slow. Hey, well, don't drive. Leaf was doing 70 kilometers per hour in the 90 zone. The fucks, man. Just hammer it. Yeah, okay. Anyway, but other than that, okay, I mean, it's still fairly soft. I mean, it's still softer or more comfortable than the Model Y, whereas the Model Y is going to kill your spine. Well, I have to slow down there. I'm driving barely legal there. Okay, can I get out of this screen? Get back to the energy, yeah, this one. I like the energy graph here, because you see, it shows you that we are using the rear motor right now, and it tries to use the rear motor all the time. This one, it actually has a same setup as Tesla, which is that it uses an induction motor in the front and then a permanent magnet motor in the back, and then the permanent magnet motor can be used all the time, and it tries to use it all the time, whereas it will kick in the induction motor if you do this, you hammer it, then it kicks in both, or if you regen hard, now it also regen both. So that's nice. And I have to say, regen on this car is very, very strong. I like it. See, let's try it. Let me just hammer it here. Okay, and then I have it in D minus, which I prefer. It will reset to D every time. Just have to tap on the pedal here to set it to D minus. But when you have it now in D minus and I let off, you can even see it visually that it gets a very nice, strong regen. Okay, maybe I shouldn't go that slow on the motorway here, but yeah. So that one is a good plus, and that you can choose, because if you go tap down, now we have D plus, but D plus is not full coasting mode like some other cars. You still regen actually significant. There you see, we are still slowing down now when going downhill in D plus, so it's not really the coasting setting you would expect in other cars, where D++ or whatever it's called is just same as going neutral. But okay, but enough about that. So that one is nice. And also one thing I should check for is that if I do something like this, if I enable cruise control and I disable cruise control, I just have to get a constant speed here first. I have to achieve constant speed. Okay. There. Okay. Now we are cruising at 90 on the speedo, which is roughly 86 GPS speed. But okay, doesn't matter. But now I'm going to cancel cruise control. I will not touch any pedals. You see, it takes about a second, maybe half a second, and then the regen comes gradually. I like that. Some cars has too rough regen kick in. For example, if you try the BMW iX3, it comes very sudden, you know. So it doesn't give you a nice and smooth ride. And what I notice in general in German cars is that they tend to be smooth, refined, quiet. There is no annoying bing 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 ding 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 ding, you know. Even if you don't touch the steering wheel, there will just be a gentle chime, and they just continue with that gentle chime. Whereas Chinese cars and even Tesla, they tend to, you know, like ah. Yeah, so that's what I like about German cars, is that they don't try to annoy the heck out of you. So you don't wanna drive this car anymore. You wanna sell it. Well, I was going to try to there, this one. You know, listen. This is very gentle. This is one of the things I like about that I like about Mercedes and in general German cars, is that they act like this. And And then the opposite thing is that this is what I don't like about Chinese cars, because they tend to be so damn noisy. But okay, enough about that. So, all right. But yeah, so that's the thing I like about the whole region, and it feels smooth. Everything feels nice and smooth. If you floor it, you actually get a lot of power, but it doesn't give you that jolt like a Tesla. Okay, I can try to use sport mode maybe. I haven't really tried to use sport mode. Let's try sport mode. It doesn't seem to do anything with the suspension or steering or anything. Maybe it's just power, or it's just throttle response. Well, I mean, you still don't get that. You still don't get that instant jolt, but I mean, it's allowing the wheels to slip a little bit, which makes it fun to drive. But see here, if I don't touch the brake pedal, it just slowly slides forward. So it doesn't have the true one pedal driving. It has a very strong region, like I mentioned. If you go here, for example, and then I let off the pedal, it slows down quite a lot until it reaches around 10-15 kilometers per hour. Then it doesn't do much. It's actually running on the front motor. Okay, whatever. Let's get in here. Okay, can we do a little launch here? Let's do a little launch here. TC goes on, and then and then it launches. Okay, so but it's a quick little bugger. It's a bit heavy though. It's German cars. What do you expect? Every German car is heavy because they have so much soundproofing, or they put Deutsche Panzer in here. Yeah, I don't know why they are so heavy. But seriously, I think it has something to do with sound dampening, which it tends to be heavy. But it's still quick. I think the reason why when you look at it on paper, it doesn't have that many horsepower. But how was this again? Jay Leno once said that horsepower doesn't win races, torque wins. Well, I don't know how it was. No, I actually don't remember what it was. But this car has a lot of torque. When you floor it, it just goes like fun. You know, it's the fun pedal. So I like it. It's fun to drive. What else should I say? I should mention the stereo system. The sound system here is just in the middle, really. Wait, where did I put the USB stick? Oh no, I forgot it in the Tesla. Yeah, but so the stereo is just mediocre. I heard it and it's like okay, it's not that great sounding. So, but there's no Bang & Olufsen, or there's no Burmester here. So yeah, but it has okay features, like memory seats. It has seat ventilation. This ventilation sucks good. Yes, I like it. Other than that, it is fairly efficient for a legacy automaker. Okay, not as efficient as a Tesla, but that's a different story. But you know, not many people want a Tesla, so that's why I just mentioned it. Yeah. And then what else should I say? It's just, okay, the infotainment here is Mercedes. One thing I will mention is that when you use navigation and you navigate somewhere, and if you enable the intelligent drive, whatever, it is highly accurate. That thing is like a ninja, how well it can estimate, because I'm even driving a little bit over the speed limit, and it can still figure out how many percent we will arrive with. Just give you an example. When I don't know, maybe the car has been learning how I drive, right? So after just a day of driving, maybe not even a day of driving, I was in Oslo and I navigated to Geilo, 230 kilometers away from here, with lots of terrain and stuff. And the car estimated I will arrive with 14%. And you know what? I arrive with 14% while going roughly 10% over the speed limit. That's how good this thing is when it comes to estimating percentage. So you don't need a better route planner if you buy a Mercedes. But and then I should also mention that the EQA 350 has 1,800 kilograms of towing capacity, whereas the EQA 250, the front-wheel drive, has only 750 kilograms towing capacity. So that's a nice upgrade. Yeah, all is good, right? Well, so this car is fairly nice. Okay, it's somewhat compact versus the EQC. It's slower than the EQC, but the EQA is more efficient, and also it actually has a pretty nice charging curve. But in winter, it tends to suffer a little bit. It tends to go a little bit slow, charging wise. In summer, it just kicks ass for the Lord. It's even faster than EQC because it's more efficient. Yeah, but there is always a big butt crack somewhere, right? Which is the price, because this is a fairly okay car. It's not outstanding in every aspect. For example, it's not that quiet. It's not that quick. It doesn't have that much range. It doesn't charge that fast. You know, it's like in the middle there, right? For example, Tesla is really good for Model Y has really good range. The Model Y has really good space, or the BMW iX3. It feels so refined, and the interior is just superb, right? And the iX3, yeah. So some cars, they have the scores 6 out of 6 or 9 out of 9 in some categories. This car doesn't really score full on any categories. And the biggest problem with this EQA 250 is the price, because this car costs roughly 660,000 NOK, which is roughly 60,000 euros. And for that price, you can buy a BMW iX3, fairly well loaded. You can buy a Model Y fully loaded, and you still have lots of money left over. And you can buy, a Kia EV6, or it's for it. Yeah. Or you can buy a Ioniq 5, and you get more space, you get better range, you get faster charging, you even get a more quiet car if you go for many of those other cars I mentioned, right? What else? You can buy a Mach-E. You can even get the big ass battery, the 99 kilowatt hour battery, Mach-E. So you get more range. I think you might even get more space, I'm not sure. But I think even the Mach-E is cheaper. You see, why the heck would you buy this Mercedes then? Well, and am I trying to talk shit about Mercedes? No, I'm just mentioning all the other cars. And of course, if you don't want, I mean, you'd be like, no, but dude, you can't compare Mercedes versus a Tesla. You know, you want something quality. Yeah, okay, fine. But you can still buy an iX3, which has more space, which speed-wise is about the same. Okay, but iX3 is rear-wheel drive. Oh, okay, all right. But iX3 charges way faster, right? So, well, but in 1,000 kilometer challenge, it didn't really kick ass full. But this one, I mean, yeah, okay, all right. But think about this. I look in the configurator. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I went on Mercedes configurator and look at this price, this one, and I also look at EQC, and EQC, which is like the big brother of the EQA. If you can get an EQC that costs a little bit more only. We're talking about just 10,000 euros more, maybe. Well, I don't know, my bad. We're talking about a couple of thousand euros more, something like that, roughly. Right, or a couple of tens of thousands of NOK extra. Then you get a freaking EQC, and then you have more horsepower, you have more space, you have a bigger battery. Well, okay, it's thirstier, that's a different story, but the interior is way nicer in the EQC. EQC is even more, it's the most quiet EV, well, okay, second most quiet EV, I forgot about the EQS, but EQC is a way better car overall than the EQA. I mean, I can understand the EQA 250 because it was cheaper and it was, you know, like that. But once you move up to this price range, then it doesn't make any sense. Can someone please tell me why this car makes any sense at all? It's too expensive. It's like the Lexus UX 300e. That one cost 400k NOK, and that's the problem. It's too expensive. Another problem is that the Lexus wasn't really a very good car. But that's a different story. But it was still too expensive. I mean, I could accept that the Lexus would not be that great if it cost 100,000 NOK less, if it was around 300k. And the same with this car, actually. I would accept that, okay, it doesn't score that well in all the categories, but at least it costs only 500k, for example, right? No, it's 650k, 666k. Yeah, the price of the devil, the price of the beast. So, but I have to stop ranting about this, I guess. But I'm just telling you guys how it is. I mean, by the end of the day, you have to decide whether you want this car or not. I'm not going to say don't buy it, but I'm just saying that I just can't understand the pricing, or did I miss something? Or am I crazy? Am I a noob? I don't know, man. But yeah, like when you pay over 1 million, what was it again? What's the price for the EQS? EQS cost one. That the EQS I tried, that was an all-wheel drive version also. That was 1.4 million NOK, you know, more than twice the price of this car. But I felt like I was getting top of the crop in interior, in soundproofing, in comfort, in space at some extent. You know, I felt like I was really getting something for the money. I don't feel the same thing with this car. You pay so much, but you just get an average car, an average, yeah. So that's the problem. Yeah, I guess I'll stop ranting now. I'll just go home now, right? So, but anyway, I gave you guys the input, how it is. But I mean, it's overall, it's an okay car to drive and all that. You guys have seen the Yellow test and everything. It's safe, all that, you know. It just ticks the right boxes at least. But it might not tick the right boxes for you if you need range, or if you need space, or I don't know, even comfort and all that. So yeah, but at least now you guys know, right? Wait, I've been in sport mode. Okay, let me put it back in comfort mode. I prefer comfort mode. Yes, A, B, C, always be comfort. Yeah. So, but anyway, I think that's gonna be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.